So not only can anybody kind of come in and do this, but everybody feels like marketing is the one department that they can comment on, right? That they can give input on. Usually, as CMOs, we don't tell a CRO how to operate his sales team or her sales team. We don't normally do that.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
But we get comments from
Yes.
everybody. Everybody's an expert
Yes.
on marketing. While at the same time, whether it's demand gen marketing, product marketing, social media marketing, I mean, it just the amount of different choices and ways into the marketplace and the complexity that's happening, the amount of data that we have coming in, the way that our ICP is constantly changing and complex, it is a moving ball. And so we don't necessarily get recognized that we have to be executives that are literally inside of the center of that moving ball, right? We're expected, and then AI on top of that, like you said. So I talk to CMOs all the time and CEOs and CROs, and I constantly get CMOs, not on the podcast and our conversations in and around, that feel like they have an imposter syndrome, that feel like they're looked upon just as a cost center, that they're only as good as their last lead. They don't feel like they always have a seat at the table. In fact, they're like, what? That meeting happened. I wasn't even invited, right? So I'd like to have you kind of start now to dissect that. And how do we address this? If we just call it marketing identity crisis, how do we start to address it?
So begins with having absolute clarity on why we do what we do. The comment, and like you said, like every department has a say on what marketing does, is because the outcome that comes from marketing, which is like a piece of content or any communication campaign, is what is being commented on and feedback is given. And at the face value, it is being accepted and it coming from other C-suite leaders, so we have to accommodate and all of that. Then you are letting others dictate what you want to do. The main reason is because the absence of absolute clarity on why we do what we do. Marketing is not content creation. It's the ways in which you want to express. It's the means, it's not the end, right? So behind that piece of content, marketing goes through a combination of arts and science. It's a multidisciplinary approach that happens. Science, which is based on customer psychology, understanding the pain points, business needs, market needs, your data, your analytics, and with your budgeting and finance, with this budget, with this goal, what is my ideal channel and the marketing activity that I can do that is going to give me maximum impact and ROI? That's one decision. And the other decision, now this campaign is set. What do I say? And how do I say? That's persuasion. That comes from the creative part, from the art part of the marketing. Once the science is figured out, that's the foundational layer. On top of it is what the art layer that sits. And combination of that is the outcome that people are seeing on the external world. And that's what people are commenting, change this, increase the logo, we need to change this color, we need to change this word. So if marketers don't have clarity on why they did that particular campaign, why they chose this word versus that word, this color versus that color, or this channel versus that channel, if they never had that scientific foundation that made them to make the decision, they will obviously take feedback and accommodate everyone's wish list. And it becomes like the least common denominator, unfortunately, like the average output. But on the other hand, if you know clearly what you did, you go and defend and explain it clearly. This is why we're doing it. This is the reason we chose this. If we do it at least 4 or 5 times, then every department will say, marketing knows what they're doing. Let's leave them alone. Let them do their job. We will give our requirements and our challenges. It's their task to come up with a solution to solve this business challenge through marketing. If that happens, then every department coming and walking over every work that comes out of the department will never have.